Check, 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 check.
She told my baby, there's the three. She looked at me and showed her phone.
Okay, let's see. Doop, 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 doop. All right. Let's see. Testing, testing. It's not very live. Check, check, testing, testing. Check, 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 check. Check, check. Okay. If you're watching this, sorry, I'm just getting set up. Just trying to practice going live. It's quite the delay. What's up, Angel of Hummingbird? I am just setting up my live, so if you are in here or anybody is in here, Let's see some comments. Anybody in here? If there is, throw me a comment. Throw me a chat so I can see if this is working. Check, 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 check. It's so far behind though. Alright. I'm not seeing any chat. Wendell, what's up, Wendell? It's my first stream. I'm just kind of getting set up right now. I'm trying to figure out why. Oh, enable chat. Okay, hold on. Looks like I gotta enable stuff. Chat, here we go. Embed chat, chat settings. Show viewers, show avatars. HELLO. Okay, alright, okay. So, seems like it's a little delayed. It's interesting. Got some fun cards, so I'm going through my Wither Bloom deck right now. It's Wither Bloom. I need to make some changes. Any ideas? Any cards people currently have? Can you hear me? Check, check. Hold on, I'm gonna check something. Be right back. How's my audio coming out, guys? Audio, check, check. If anybody's in here, please say hello. I'm trying to find out if this audio and everything is working. Where does it show? Embed chat. What does that mean? What does it mean? Let's see. Dun, dun, dun. All right, let's see. Is the audio working? Can anybody hear me? Check, check. Audio working, audio working. Anyways, I'm going through Witherbloom. Imperious Perfect. Necroblossom Snarl. Mirkwood Bats, of course, you gotta have that. I'm trying to find where I can add Preposterous Proportions. And I think that's it. I already have Genesis Wave in there. So, I want to add that. And I need to take something out. So, oops. Can you hear that terrible, terrible sound? Yo, yo. I wish somebody would hit me up in the chat. I can't tell if anything's going down. Alright, let's see. Embed chat, what does that mean? Can somebody hear me? Can you guys hear me? Can you hear this audio? If you can, somebody please throw something in the chat. Just so I know that this is working. It's my first stream, so I'm just trying to get it set up. So if you can hear me, please put something in the chat. Doesn't seem like it. Give me a follow. Can you put something in the chat? It's alright. Let's see. Alright, so what are we going to take out? We got all our lands. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Check. Check. Can anybody hear me? You two people watching, can you say something in the chat? I'm trying to test the audio. Alright. We're going to take out all the lands. Oof, I might go tell that gardener you gotta go. He gotta go. You gotta go. I'm streaming right now. Alright. I think I'm gonna have to stop the stream. Or I need to go get a different phone. Okay. We are taking our lands out because we are trying to figure out what's staying and what's going. Let's see. This is a token. None more wastes. Take out our Arcane Signet. Swamp. Bajuka Bog. Swamp. Ooh, yeah, that's a great one. Still nothing. Soul Ring. Command Tower. Alright. Hello, can you hear me? Hello? Hello? have to put a pause on this. You know what? Let's try to add sound. Maybe you guys can't hear me. Yeah.
Did you unlock the gate or anything?
I haven't.
Because I think he went to go check it and he was like,
Can you check the thing? Your phone? Because I don't know if I have any audio. I'm on. I don't know what's going on. You hear YouTube. Yeah, go for it. Boom, 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 boom. Ah. All right. Can anybody hear me? Can you hear me? Is my audio working? Trying to find out if my audio is working. And I need to chop off this light here. That's probably too bright for what we doing. I'm gonna need to put something here. Or yep. What's up, guys? First stream, so just trying to figure it out. Sorry if you can't hear me. I don't see anything in the comments. You know what? Let's add audio. Let's see. I'm vertical. Add audio. I'll be right back. Alright, I guess y'all can hear me. The weird thing is I didn't see... Ah, there we go. Alright guys, we are going through my deck. We need some suggestions. Witherbloom. Going pretty good, Miss TCG Gaming. Alright. Command Tower, Soul Ring, Arcane Signet. The normals. We took all the lands out. Let's see. Yeah. Forest, Swamp, and Bajuka Bog. Out. So I need some help. We are building Witherbloom. Or it's built, but I need to make some tweaks. I would like to add Preposterous Proportions to the mix, but I need to figure out what to take out. And this is hard, as y'all know. Let me see. So as far as lands, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 31, 32, 33, 34. 34 lands. Wait, there's got to be more than that. 35. Let's see. Alright, anyways, so let's get through the cards. We want to add Preposterous Proportion somehow. But alright, let's see. Sorry, first stream. Just testing out the camera. Anybody that's new, what's up? Alright, so we've got Basking Brood Scale. We got to keep that because that's kind of part of an infinite. Priest of Tatiana. What do you guys think? Add green to your mana pool. We need mana dorks in here, and we need token generation. So there's a combo right there. Whenever a player sacrifices another permanent, put a 1/1 counter on each creature you control. And Basking Brood Scale says whenever one or more 1/1 counters are put on Basking Brood Scale, you create a 0/1 colorless Eldrazi spawn creature. So basically, you put a 1/1 on it. Oh, wait. You sack the creature. I forgot how it goes. I have to read it. Anyways, that's fun. Exsanguinate, can't get rid of that. Genesis Wave is a beast. I don't know if you're familiar with Genesis Wave. 3 green and X, and with Witherbloom, that X gets really big. So if I can go 3 green and like 10X, that means I can draw 10 cards and play pretty much all 10 of them except for lands if I've already played a land for turn. As long as the mana cost of the card is less than X. And if I spend 10 on it, it's great. And with this deck, it definitely gets there. Alright, we got Dina's Guidance for searching. This is to grab our Craterhoof Behemoth, our Finale of Devastation. We got Chatterfang, more token generation, because Witherbloom loves his tokens. Resuscitate to protect our board. Witherbloom, the only problem with Witherbloom is there's a chance that your board gets cleared, because that's kind of like your ramp, your mana base. So we got Resuscitate in there. Basically, 1 colorless, regenerate the creature that it's connected to. Plus, it pays for that. Oh, no, that's an ability. It doesn't pay for that. Just kidding. Artifact. Whenever a creature you control dies, each opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. Cauldron of Essence. Sacrifice a creature, return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Oh wait, let's see. Oh, hello. Can you hear me? This is my first stream. I can't tell if the audio is working okay. It feels like it's behind. Here's another fun one. Wait, hold on. Let's move this over here. Over here. I'm basically trying to figure out what to cut. I wanted to add Preposterous Proportions into this. It's Witherbloom. It's already built. I just want to add Preposterous Proportions, but I'm having a hard time. The old, what do I take out? So I'm just kind of going through what I have here. So I've got Basking Brutescale with Mazarek or whatever, that fun combo. Then I've got a bunch of, mana dorks and some token generation, Resuscitate to protect, if somebody tries to get, I don't know, something big off the board, I can use that. Genesis Wave, because it's phenomenal in this deck. when you can tap 3 green and get like 12x, that's pretty good. Dina's Guidance to search. Exsanguinate, because X spells are ridiculous in this deck. Cauldron of Essence, I don't know if I necessarily need that one. That could be a switch out, as much as I like Cauldron of Essence. I don't know. Withering Boom, just to redirect any kind of damage or anything that somebody tries to crush Witherbloom or something that I need that's out there. Infernal Genesis, because it's a fun combo. It goes great with Massacre Worm. So I'm not sure if you're familiar. Oh, what commander? Oh, sorry. Witherbloom. The Balancer. I decided to build it because I pulled 2 of them, so it seemed fun. Yeah. So Infernal Genesis. Love Infernal Genesis. It's an enchantment. 4 and a black. At the beginning of each player's upkeep, that player puts the top card of his or her library into his or her graveyard. He or she then puts X11 black minion creature tokens into play, where X is the card's converted mana cost. Oh yeah. This card, it's amazing. You throw it out there, everybody's having fun, everybody's getting 1/1s. They're like, you get 1/1s, you get 1/1s, and everybody's doing their thing. Everybody's excited because they're getting them, and then bam, Massacre Worm comes down. Oh yeah, Quandrix is ridiculous. And so when Massacre Worm comes down, creatures your opponents control get -2/-2 until end of turn. Whenever a creature an opponent controls dies, that player loses 2 life. So you get Infernal Genesis out, let it go around the table 3 or 4 times. Everybody ends up with, like, I don't know, anywhere from 2 to 10 to 15 1/1s. Drop Massacre Worm, and Everybody gets a nice big fat hit. Anyway, so I don't want to get rid of that. So that's a fun combo. Zulaport, Cutthroat. Whenever Zulaport, Cutthroat, or another creature you control dies, each opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. That could probably go out. Actually, now that I think about it, that might be able to get swapped out. Because I'm not really trying to do a whole lot of life gain. Dun, 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 dun. Let's see. All right. So hopefully this isn't too far behind because it does have like a lag. Bunny, you go live, correct? Is there like a... Do you get like a 4 or 5 second delay? Is that normal? I feel like that's what I got going on here. All right. So anyways, Pest Infestation. Every now and then. Okay, so I must have something set up weird because when I looked on my iPad, it seemed like the stream was like 4 seconds behind. I'm in the future. We've got Pest Infestation. It's got to go in here. Create your tokens. We've got Torment of Hellfire. This thing is disgusting. I'm sure you know what it is, but it's a sorcery. It's X and 2 black. And it says, repeat the following process X times. Each opponent loses 3 life unless that player sacrifices a non-land permanent or discards a card. Every now and then. It's pretty crazy. You can do 2 black, and let's say that you do 10x. That means this process repeats 10 times. Each opponent will lose 3 life unless they sacrifice a non-land permanent or discard a card. And so they have to do that 10 times. So you have to somehow discard either 10 cards or sacrifice 10 permanents, or you're going to take 3 damage for each time you don't do that. Somebody hit me the other day with this for like, I don't know what it was, 30 or some crazy. Car is nuts. So, Torment of Hellfire has to stay. Overcome. Just a great sorcery. Only costs you 2 green because when Witherbloom's out, it's pretty disgusting. Creatures you control get 2/2 and gain trample until end of turn. So I think Zulaport Cutthroat might be the one. Or Cauldron of Essence. Then we've got Presence of Gond. Nice little token generator. Which one? Countering what? Torment? Yeah, that's a... The problem is I don't have any counter type stuff in this deck either. Although the only counter I do have won't help. Withering Boon is the only one counter I have in here, but that's for summon spells. Oh wait, I'm gonna have to move my logo a little bit. Let's see. Pay attention to my screen. So this is the ad. This is what we're trying to add. It's Preposterous Proportions. Creatures you control get a +10/+10 and gain Vigilance until end of turn. Because I want to do like Army of the Damned. And Preposterous Proportions. I almost pulled off Army of the Damned yesterday. I got it out. Creates 13 1/1s. And it got countered by a fairy as soon as I put it in. So, it's going to happen. But one of these days I'm going to get this bad boy in. Put 13 2/2 black zombie creature tokens into the battlefield tapped. Cost me 3 black only because I had 8 creatures out at the time. It was pretty crazy. Badgermole Cub has to stay in there. Bloodletter of Alkalots, that has to stay because this is kind of a win con, especially when you get out either Pox Plague or what's the other one? I thought I had another one in here. Maybe I don't. It's mostly just... Oh, Pox Plague or Mirkwood Bats. No, that's not what I was looking for. I have 2 that go in here. Oh, maybe I don't have it in here. I'm thinking of my other deck. In my Ishtola deck, I've got Bloodletter of Alkalots with... What is it? False Cure? Why am I so confused right now? I'm just not used to being live, I think. Hold on. I just used it yesterday, I thought. Maybe not. Anyways, these go well together as long as they don't. As long as they have even amount of life. This is awesome. So basically, Pox Plague says each player loses half their life, then discards half the cards in their hand, then sacrifices half the permanents they control of their choice, rounded down each time. Now, this can kill somebody with Bloodletter on the battlefield, but only if they're even. Like if they have an odd number of life, then they go down to 1. Then you got to have a way to finish them off. Otherwise, sometimes they'll get you. The Afterlife? Which one is that? Prefer the Afterlife. Yeah, I know. It definitely needs blue. That's the only problem with this. Like I'm a huge fan of having a splash of blue and everything. Like my number one deck that I love is Ishtola, and it's pain, gain, duplication, counter spells. It's a great deck. But this one's good. It just takes off really fast. You're not used to being alive. Yes. All right. Let's see. All right, well, I got sidetracked. Let's see. Vagavoss Onslaught. Pretty much any X spell we've got in here. Blood Artist is pretty good. Whenever this creature or another creature dies, target player loses a life, gain 1 life. Because people tend to try to board clear this deck. Because that's the one way to cripple this thing. You board clear, and Witherbloom gets stuck. So I always like to have something in my hand that kind of can create tokens. I don't want to put it all out there. Like I'll have a Rasta in my hand just in case somebody board clears. That helps me get it back up. Scoot Swarm. Here's my other counter spell. You know what? I don't think you can use Imp's Mischief, though, against a counter, right? I don't think so. And can you hear my gardener, by the way? Hopefully not. He's right outside my window. Anyways, thanks for coming by. This is my very first live stream. Just trying to figure out all the stuff, the chat, setting it up. I had to use Restream because I don't know. I think I need to set it up manually so that I could hit more things, or just do it through them. But I was having a lot of problems, so I just screw it. I'll just use them. All right, Elvish Mystic, Golgari Charm, Veto's always fun. Diabolic Revelation, Spore Swarm, Dark Petition, Druid of the Cowl, Awaken the Woods. I just don't know what to take out. Parallel Lives, because everything's based around token generation. Oh, no worries, not at all. You're saying more than enough. This, like I said, this is just kind of like a test stream. So this is just to see if we can, figure out the sound, figure out why it seems like it's lagging, because I put it on my iPad to test it, and it seems like it's a couple seconds behind. So I'm gonna have to, once I get off stream, I'll figure that out. Thanks. Yeah, it's I might animate Fivelthip over there in the corner, but we'll see. Oh, the lag is normal. Okay. Cool. It's a bummer when somebody puts something in the chat and then I don't answer them for 5 seconds. It's I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how off it is, but whatever. Tooth and Nail. So what's your favorite deck? What are you running? I know you have that competition coming up too, right? It was okay. Yeah, that's good to know. Thanks. You're having that monocolor thing, right? Oh, Bumbleflower is awesome. Group Hug Slug. Yeah, I like those decks that sneak up on you. That's kind of like my Ashtola deck. It's, everybody kind of knows Ashtola, but it just pings so lightly, little by little by little. Is it Commander or is it regular? Standard? I have to read it. Because I only have one mono deck. I have... Oh, here he is right here. I have Clive. My mono deck is this bad boy right here. He is, I'm going to discard and draw and discard and draw, and you are going to take hits every time I discard. Monocolor commander. Okay. Yeah, so I only have the one red. Oh, wait, no, I have Sephiroth. So I have Sephiroth and I have Clive. So, because you said something about you're supposed to pick two, correct? I'll have to like... Drawing for color will be this Friday, so you'll have a week to build. Okay. Maybe I'll have to see if I can get something together. And then, do I need to sign up? I'll look at it after stream. I'll go on your message, because I saw that you put something out. Because that'll be fun. 3 colors each. Okay. So at least have 3 monos ready. So, alright, so we could do blue, everybody's favorite. I would do green, because I know green's pretty strong, but I don't think I have enough green yet. And I think everything I have green is in here. Or Galadriel. I'm building a Galadriel deck. I was going to do that on stream here. I just don't think I have enough green to put in it yet. Let's see. You're on TikTok on the vertical one, correct? Yeah. Okay. So I got a quick question if you're still there. If you're watching on TikTok and it's vertical, right now I have my screen sideways. Are you able to see enough of it? Or should I be going horizontal? Because I was going to go horizontal with it, but then I don't know if people like to turn their phones. If you're in Nebraska, I'm not. I'm in LA-ish. I'm like north of LA. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, because I was on the fence about if it was going to be too small going this way or not, but cool. Good to know. Thanks. On YouTube, it's the other way. It's the bigger border. All right. Bumbleflower. What color is a bumbleflower? Green, white, and blue? All right, I think that's the one. I think Zulaport's gonna come out. I just don't think he does enough in here. Oh, though, but that will actually work with this combo, doesn't it? These 3 here. Because Basking Brood Scale, you adapt 1. Whenever 1 or more 1/1 counters are put on Basking Brood Scale, you may create a 0/1 colorless Eldrazi spawn creature token and sacrifice it. Then, when you sacrifice it, you put a 1/1 back on this. And then you get to create another one, and then you sack it, and then you create another one, and then you sack it. And it adds you endless colorless mana, right? And then this bad boy drains them. That's like a 3-card combo. The Monty Python Bunny. Yeah, I have Bumbleflower. I wanted to build it. I just haven't yet. Let's see. I think I have it here somewhere. Uh-oh. I think it paused because my phone was ringing. Let's see. So yeah, so these 3 got to stay in because this is a fun combo. And then this is, all these work together well if you can get all these around. But yeah. So I can't take Zulaport out. Every time, this is the worst. I'm sure you have the same problem, but it's like every time I think I've found the thing to cut, I change my mind because then I find the combo that goes with it. Let's see. Whenever a creature you control dies, each opponent loses 1 life and you gain a life. So that's another one that does the same thing as Zulaport, that you can kill everybody with this combo, because everybody loves combos, right? Yeah. Yeah, I'm lucky. We have a couple spots near me, especially one in Burbank that I like to go to. They've got quite a few players that play. Actually, there's a couple of them. There's Fire and Dice, which is always really crowded. I've only been in there once, but a buddy of mine plays there. Super crazy crowded. Burbank, there's a spot, and they get a good 40 people. I don't know. There's like 4 spots around me that always have a good 20 to 40 people playing, if not more. How's the pod hunting there in Nebraska? You guys have a lot of LGSs in that area, or is it tough? Yeah, and then Massacre Girl goes well with this whole sack deal. But she actually doesn't do anything because you have to sack everything, right? No, actually no, because that works too. Yeah, these all have to stay. Your rule, unfortunately, start hour. Oh, okay. So do you do like? Oh, that's why you play online a lot. That makes sense. Do you also do like Spell Table and those other ones? I've never done any of those, but now that I've got a setup, I could actually maybe go on and do that. Omaha and Lincoln, yeah. I'm pretty lucky. Yeah. I've been wanting to do one of those online ones, but I don't know. I like going to my LGS. Gets me out of the house. Unfortunately, though, every time I go, like, it's... you spend money, you know? Random packs. Like I have these random packs. Like, I'm not a big Universes Beyond person, but, you know, I came across a Avatar this morning. I had to run to Target to get something, and there was like one lonely pack there, so I was like, I couldn't leave it by itself hanging there. I had to grab it. And then I have these still to open. Love me some Edge of Eternity. Building a dragon deck, so we'll see if we can get anything there. Alexa, stop. But so when you're doing Alexa, stop. So when you're doing the when you're doing your show, when you're playing with everybody, so that's just your phone. Oh, believe me, I have about 2 or 3 videos to edit of Daily Mail where I'm getting like 2 or 3 a day. I have to edit them and put them up. I haven't done it yet, but I'm constantly buying singles. I'm addicted to it. I can't help it. Like this just came yesterday. I'm so excited. Awake in the Woods, such a good card. That came yesterday. Torment of Hellfire came, a few days ago. Vagabos Onslaught. Especially when I start building a deck, it's nuts. I can't not. Let's see. But I would like to get a Witherbloom the Balancer full art. I've been trying to find somebody around here that's got one, but haven't bumped into anybody yet. Trying to trade something. I don't know. Something of like whatever flavor. I mean, price. Finale or something. What do I take out? Okay, so that's a no-go. This is stays. This manifest comes in clutch early game. I know, right? I somewhat do the same. Let's see. Why not? You know what? Let's open a Takir. See if we can get something. I'm building the Dragon right now because I've never had an Dragon deck. So I'm like, let's build it. Let's do it. All right. Is there a pack trick to take care? Doesn't matter. I'm going for it. I'm just going in. Salt Beast, Narset's Rebuke, Kin Tree Nurture, Champion of Dusan, Ringing Strike Mastery, Lightfoot Technique, Boulderborn Dragon, Starry-Eyed Skyrider, Skirmish Rhino, Inspired Vanguard. Let's see if we get anything. Oh no. Uncommon. Bewildering Blizzard. And we got a rare. Mardu Siegebreaker. Let's see. Human Warrior. When this creature enters, exile up to one other target creature you control until this creature leaves the battlefield. When this creature attacks, for each opponent, create a tap token that's a copy of attacking opponent. Alright, that's alright. That's not really anything that I want from my dragon deck, but it'll work. And we'll take a Tranquil Cove. Why not? Wah, wah. Fun. Okay, let's see. Still, Craterhoof, that's got to stay. Wirewood Hive Master, Defense of the Heart, Last March of the Ents, those have to stay. I can't not. Bitterbloom Bear, Finale. Yeah, we're keeping Finale. He's staying in there. You know what? I should probably look at my screen and make sure I'm doing. Oh, Kaiju Kuju. Cut Exquisite Blood, also Sanguine Bond if you have it. A Telegraph 2-card combo that gets you targeted immediately. It's pretty lame. I definitely have them both in here. Yeah, I have Sanguine Bond, I think, and Exquisite Blood, and Sanguine, whatever that is. The problem is like cards like that, they're easy wins, but sometimes you need that against some of these crazy 20-minute players. Let's see, hold on. Because I guess, I mean, there's plenty of win cons in here. Like I was saying, you got the whole Mirkwood Bats with Zulaport, with Basking. Mazarek, and then I got Pox Plague in here, and good old one of my favorites, Infernal Genesis to the Worm, Massacre Worm. So would you say, even if you aren't running both pieces, no one will believe you if the others. Oh, I only run both. If I do run both pieces, I hold on to one until I have the other. That's the only reason I use it. Yeah, there's Exquisite Blood. But I think so. I'm only trying to cut one card because I only need to put one card in. I'm trying to put in Preposterous Proportions, because it's going to cost me 2 green and everything's going to get 10-10, and by that time I should have a lot of tokens in anyways. You don't need another that doesn't synergize with your commander. So you think I should take out such a pushover player, though. I know, I'm the same way. So you're thinking I should take out Exquisite Blood and Sanguine Bond? But now I have to find another card to add. All right, let's see what we got here. Let's see. Let's go through and you tell me what you think, Mr. Man. You got Finale. All right, so you're saying take out Exquisite, right? We're going to possibly put this in. All right, let me get this back together. Mana. Love mana. Keep the mana flow in Legends. Let's see. Exquisite's there. Sanguine, where's Sanguine? We're gonna find it, get rid of it, see what it looks like without it. Oh, maybe I don't have it in here. Actually, I think I only have Exquisite Blood, so I probably can take that out. That way I'm not being targeted, like you said. Let's see. Right? 10 win cons. When in doubt, mana it out. Oh my god, no, I can't take any more mana. Because I think I'm pretty low on mana on this. But I don't need a whole lot of mana because of the affinity. The affinity makes a huge difference. I can't put my chat. I need to figure out how to embed my chat into my stream so that Kaiju on YouTube can see what Bunny's saying, and Bunny can see what Kaiju's saying. Widgets. I guess I got to figure the widgets out. To use 2 accounts. Well, I have them. I mean, I have them open. I can see you both there, but people can't see each other. So, like, when I answer one of you guys, it's just weird. I'm sure the other one's like, "What the hell is this guy? Who's he talking to?" All right, so Exquisite Blood's coming out. Let's take a look. Let's make sure I don't have the other one in there. Might as well take it out and Vito. He's fun. Yeah, I guess that can come out. Oh, it doesn't look like I have the other one. I thought I did. Maybe I was thinking about putting it in. No. Oubliette. My buddy hates Oubliette. But he also plays Valgavoth, so he's allowed to get Oublietted. Badgermole Cub, Studious First Year, Heroic Intervention are good add-ins. I have Heroic Intervention. Oh, right there. I do have Badgermole Cub in here. Ooh, a matter of fact, I need to swap out my Badgermole Cub from my other one that I pulled. Thank you for the reminder, senor. Badgermole. I'm going to take this out and put in the full art. Ooh, yeah. It's always nice to... Yeah, look at that bad boy. Ooh, it looks so pretty in there now. Alright, let's put this back. Alright, so Exquisite Blood is coming out. These are gone. Let's see. Presence of Gone, Command Tower, and Soul Ring. Those are good. Alright. I think my mana base is good. I've got 35. Ooh. Oh yeah, for the YouTube. So I have I'm streaming to YouTube right now and TikTok. So I have Mr. Kaiju over here on YouTube. Yeah, Scoot Swarm's pretty crazy. I got Scoot Swarm in here. I got Sport. So I'll show you what I got real quick. Finale Devastation, just because it's fun. Professor's Proportions we're probably going to put in instead of Exquisite Blood, just because once you get that board state, you know, of affinity creatures, it's crazy. I think I might need more token generation, but let's see. So we got Badgermole Cub. We got a Protection with Heroic Intervention. We got Arasta. This works really well. This creates, it creates a lot of tokens. We got Parallel Lives, of course, to do more. When we do swing out, we have another 3/3 Trample to end of turn, Overrun. Withering Boom for our little bit of protection, or a little bit of, you know, you're not bringing that thing in. Your Valgavoth can stay in the command zone. Oubliette, because Oubliette, I mean, I love Oubliette. I don't know. You know, when it enters the battlefield, target creature phases out until Oubliette leaves the battlefield. Tap that creature and it phases in this way. So, yeah. I love that card. It's like Imprisoned by the Moon, basically, but in black. Army of the Damned. It got countered yesterday. So bummed, but, you know, almost got out my 13 2/2s. Phyrexian Arena, because card draw wins games. Tooth and Nail. Search your library for up to 2 creature cards, reveal them, and put them into your hand. Or put 2 creature cards from your hand onto the battlefield. This thing is pretty nuts. Because it costs you 2 green and your affinity 5 to sorcery. You can basically put any 2 creatures onto the battlefield from your hand. It's pretty nuts. And then if you have a couple extra, so if you have 7 creatures out, you can entwine it. So that's pretty nuts. Actually, can you pay for abilities like entwine with affinity? If it's affinity, if it's on a sorcery, do you know? Anybody? I'm not sure. I think so. I think you can actually. Because that's the whole thing with like some of the infinites with him. So we've got Decorum Dissertation, because who doesn't love a paradigm spell? I mean, you know, if you're not running Dranith Magistrate, then I'm going to freely put my stuff out. Unless you counter it. Target player draws 2 cards and loses 2 life. That came out in handy the other day. Putrefy, just simple. Destroy target artifact or creature, because a lot of people running artifacts these days. Pox Plague. No paradigm. Yes, paradigm. All the paradigms. Okay, that's what I thought. Thanks, Kaiju. And hell yeah, Kaiju. You see my Kaiju up there? Well, the OG. Godzilla and Mecha Godzilla. There it is. Scoot Swarm. Scoot Swarm's good. Saproling Migration is good. More, you know, this is all token generation. Llanowar Elves, just because Llanowar Elves, it's easy and nice. It, you know, helps me get Witherbloom out quick. I've been getting it out pretty quick. Almost every game I've had it out by like turn, 3 or 4? Depending on what I had on the battlefield already. Galta, because, you know, who doesn't like big dinosaurs? Bloodletter of Alkalots, because that's going to go good with, you know, hurting people with Pox Plague. Yeah. I love my life gain combos. I love me some Beacon of Immortality with False Cure. I've killed many with that. Let's see. We got Risky Shortcut. This is a great draw card, because especially in here, it costs 1 black when you got Witherbloom out and creatures on the battlefield. Draw 2 cards. Each player loses 2 life. Not bad. Mystic Elvish Mystic, because, yeah, more ramp. Sanguine Sanguinist. This one actually came in clutch yesterday. I was, you know, once you get your board going, you can swing out for, well, not swing out, but you can hit everybody for 10 to 12 life, and then you gain that life back. It's pretty nuts. So I have Sanguinist in here, and I got Exsanguinate. So it both goes crazy. Each play Bumbleflower with the cute little creatures, right? Where's my Bumbleflower? It's over here. It's over here somewhere. I gotta build it. I know it's funny. Bumbleflower is kind of like one of those love-hate commanders, right? I always hear people either love it or hate it. When somebody mentions Bumbleflower, it's always like a, oh, he's fun, he's cute, or it's a, I hate Bumbleflower. It's pretty funny. Cauldron of Essence. Don't really know if I need Cauldron of Essence now I think about it. Well, it goes so good with that synergy with that like 6-card combo that I had. What do you what are your like your late game big moves that you do with that deck? The bear hug, group hug. Awaken the Woods, because, you know, more tokens. Valgavas Onslaught, because early game manifesting, more tokens. Sprouting Renewal. Defense of the Heart, because at the beginning of my upkeep, if an opponent controls 3 or more creatures, sacrifice Defense of the Heart, search a library for up to 2 creatures, and put those cards onto the battlefield. Costs 1 green. Well, Affinity is ridiculous. I'm not even going to lie. I don't know. I'm sure you guys have played against this deck, but it is crazy. Oh, wait, let's see. You need more token generators. Saproling Symbiosis. Saproling Symbiosis. I actually don't think I have that one. What set is that from? Saproling Symbiosis. Symbiosis. That sounds like it's going to be a Edge of Eternity's card. Last March of the Ents because, you know, it can't be countered. Draw cards equal to the greatest toughness among creatures you control. Then put any number of creature cards from your hand onto the battlefield. This costs 2 green. I mean, that's disgusting. The biggest thing is creating bunnies and critter creatures and then putting lots of count. So, last night I was playing somebody. They weren't playing Bumbleflower, but they did have a lot of the create bunnies cards in their deck, and it really worked well for me because they were like letting me draw and create, or they were drawing or something. But all I know is got bunnies on my field, and it just was helping my affinity. I was just growing and growing with the bunnies. Dominaria Remastered. Okay. Dominaria Remastered. Do I have Saproling Symbiosis? Let me see. Let's see what we got here. Ugh, Dominaria Remastered. Let's see. I don't know if I have a lot of Dominaria Remastered. Let's see. No, not really. I don't have that. It is not in my bulk, at least not here. I'm going to have to look in a different box. But not right now. Not right now. Alright, where were we? Bitterbloom Bearer because token generation, of course. Massacre Girl because who doesn't love to destroy things? Massacre Girl with Infernal Genesis, I'm telling you. And then Zulaport Cutthroat with Massacre Girl. And Infernal Genesis. One of my favorite cards to play. This one right here. So good. At the beginning of each player's upkeep, that player puts the top card of his or her library into the graveyard. He or she then puts X/1/1 black minion creature tokens into play, where X is the card's converted mana cost. Disgusting. And then you play Massacre Worm. Alright, Diabolic Revelation, because who doesn't want to go into their library for tons of cards for pretty much free? So we'll do that for sure. That the octopuses and birds. That's funny. 3G Sorcery. 3 green. You can play Saproling Symbiosis at any time you could play an instant. If you pay 2 more to play it, put a 1/1 grappling for each creature you control. Saproling Symbiosis. I need more Saprolings because, you know, I've got... What do I got here? Spore Swarm that creates 3 Saproling tokens basically for 1 green. Pest Infestation, of course, that creates the stuff. Sprout Swarm, because, you know, infinite, who doesn't love that? But I don't really use it for the infinite. I'm not a big infinite fan. I like to let people play, and I like to play my game. But, in case of emergency, you always come across that person that comes to the table and has some crazy deck that just like, it's like, come on, dude. Yeah, so I don't have that. So, that'll be a good include. So, Exsanguinate, where did it go? Because we're going to take that out and put in this Preposterous, because I can't wait to hit somebody big with that. Classic Magic, right? Big green stompy monsters. Where was it? Oh, there it is. Exquisite Blood. All right. You're coming out, Exquisite Blood. All right. Anybody see anything else that should maybe come out? Galta, that, Sprout Swarm, Pest Infestation, Spore Swarm, Diabolic Revelations, Massacre Worm, Infernal Genesis, Zulaport Cutthroat, Massacre Girl, Bitterbloom Bearer, Defense of the Heart, Sprouting Renewal, Valgavoss Onslaught, Awaken the Woods, Stenching Sanguinus, Elvish Mystic, Imp's Mischief, one of my favorite, the Black Deflecting SWAT, Llanowar Elves, Scoot Swarm, Saproling Migration. It's almost like Symbiosis. This one creates 2 green Saproling creature tokens. If it was kicked, you can create 4. But I usually just try to get this out early to get the 2. I don't try to go crazy. I don't need all that. I mean, I do need all that, but Parallel Lives, Arasta, Badger Mole, And then, yeah, we went through this. This is cool. It's fine. Love me some Tooth and Nail. Phyrexian Arena. Army of the Damned. Oubliette. Witherbloom. I mean, not Witherbloom. Withering Boon. And Heroic Intervention. I think that's it. I think everything else I like. Cauldron of Essence. I don't know if that really works in it. What do you think? Should do that for show. For show. Mirkwood Bat stays. Basking Mazarek. Craterhoof because Craterhoof. Wirewood Hive Master. This thing really helped me yesterday. We were playing somebody who's playing a Marlin deck, and so every time they were putting an elf in, I would get myself an insect token. Plus, with all my elves, it was really doing a thing. Thanks for joining today, by the way, guys. This is my first live stream ever, so I'm just figuring it all out. Sorry if I'm missing any of your chats or whatever, but figuring it all out. All right, Llanowar Tribe, Priest of Tatiana, Chatterfang, because squirrels, everybody loves a good squirrel. Although I'd love to get the full art version just to bling it up a little bit. Resuscitate until end of turn. Creatures you control gain +1. Regenerate this creature. This saved my board yesterday. Somebody tried to clear me out. Nope. Genesis Wave. All right. So I think that's it. I think that's what we're going with. So there's Witherbloom. Imperious Perfect. Cauldron can maybe get swapped out for... I'm going to write this card down, you said. War token. Cauldron is okay, but it doesn't. I just put it in because I had it at the time, and so I'm going to write down Saproling Symbiosis. All right. Cool. I'm going to go find that today. Because I'm a degen. When I need something, I need it. Alright. There's that deck. What should we go through? I guess I can go through Clive. I think my mana base is okay. Swamp, Bajuka Bog, Forest, Swamp, Necroblossom Snarl, Llanowar Waste, Rogue's Passage, Woodland Cemetery, Besieger Who Endures, Swamp, Turbulent Fen, Swamp, Forest, Dryad Arbor. Yeah, I think I'm good. Shifting Wild, Woodland. I got a Terrain Generator because, you know, who doesn't like to put more lands in? We're good. Got my Bayou. I think we're all... Okay, yeah. Lands are good. I think this is set because it's actually been playing really well. I just wanted to add the one card, and you're probably right. The Exquisite Blood can come out and go away. Go somewhere else. Put it away. Let's put in my little thing here so I can remember to put it back where it belongs. All right, what's next? Clive. Should we go through Clive? Ishtola. I know, right? Thanks. I actually printed this out. I got a 3D printer. Well, I got a couple of 3D printers back there. You can't see them. I guess you could see them if I do that. But yeah, anyways. I got a couple 3D printers. And yeah, I make my deck boxes nice and thick, solid. None of that little tiny skinny stuff. But it works. Make all my crap. I need to edit it because I think I'm going to edit it to be able to add some dice in it. Oh, here's some fun things. Check these out. I don't know if any of you guys went to MagicCon, but I was in MagicCon Vegas. And they did this whole activation where this is basically homework from all the different schools. You've got Lorehold, where you had a writing assignment. There was like an activation board there, and you had to use these, and then you'd figure out all the stuff. I have the ones with the answers somewhere. And then you've got Prismari, same thing. It was a board. I have the pictures. Actually, I should probably do a video, but I've done a couple videos with some of these, with just these, but I did them as like carousels. It was pretty neat. It was this and that as a thing. And then on the back, you look at the pattern, and then you got to like kind of do like a Sudoku type thing to figure the pattern out. Then there was Quandrix. Oh no, this is Witherbloom, right? Yeah, no, this is Quandrix. Got the Quandrix homework, same thing. There's a Quandrix board that was up, which I have a picture of. So I'm gonna do a video of probably all these, you know, showing it. Same thing, Witherbloom homework and Silver Quill. That was pretty fun. Any of you guys go to Vegas? Oh, or for MagicCon? Oh, my tokens. I need a... Oh, here's some fun cards. Here's some DGen mail, mail show-ups that just showed up in the mail last couple days. We got Brea, because I want to do an artifact deck. I'm probably gonna do like a robot artifact deck, because I mean, robots. Just because robots. Ondu, I got this for the Silver Quill deck. We're tweaking out the Silver Quill deck, so Ondu. Plus, it's just a good card to have, and I don't have one, so now I do. Agent's Toolkit, such a good card. Had to get a second one because the other one I had went into the wife's fairy deck. She picked it up. She let me use it for Titus, and then she said, "You can't have it anymore." You haven't been? Yeah, it was actually my first year going. It was pretty good. We only went for one day. We were supposed to be there all 3 days, and then I know, right? Such a good card. We were gonna be there all 3 days, and then something came up and we had to shoot back, and so we just went up for Friday and got there super early. Got in line at 6 in the morning, I think, and just kind of sat out front till they opened up. Was pretty good in queue. Went right to the merch thing because that was the thing, and I was only in line for about an hour in the merch line and got everything I wanted. I got a couple festivals in a box. I'm not a Croc person, but I got the Crocs because they were Magic Crocs. What else? All the stuff. The Secret Lair. I'm kind of bummed because I didn't realize it was a roadshow Secret Lair that was only at the event. Otherwise, I would have got like 2 or 3, and I only ended up getting 1. So that was kind of a bummer. What is it called? Where'd it go? It's around. Oh, here you go. The So Salty Secret Lair. This bad boy. I haven't opened it up yet. Cards are dope. Pretty good. Probably open it up in a video. I'm trying to save, my stuff for content. Like, I'm so excited I got this. I got this the day before yesterday. Don't hate. I'm not a bot. I'm just a guy who tried 2 computers. I know a lot of people were freaking out because they couldn't get it. I just got lucky. I'm telling you, every time I do Secret Lair, I am in line with the more than an hour queue. I'll have my phone, my work laptop, and my regular laptop all going, and it just never, I just never really get in unless it's something that lasts for a while. But this thing, I was in line for only 15 minutes. I got lucky randomization, but I don't want to open it yet. I'm probably gonna open it soon, but I'm pretty excited for this. Woo. Is there any secret specialty cards that you could get on the side of the deck? Anybody know? Alright, what deck now? Let's look through Clive. Let's see if anybody has anything to say about good old Clive. I know, right? I got super lucky because I don't buy all the Secret Lairs, but when I see something, I try to get it. And it just, it always says, it has the little walking Luke Skywalker guy. And it always says more than an hour. But yeah, this is the first time where so my phone said more than an hour. One of my computers said more than an hour, and the other one didn't even have a time. It was just moving. He was just moving really fast. So I was pretty excited. And then I got it. I didn't even realize when I got it, I was stoked to get in early, but I didn't realize it was going to be such a thing. It was like I got it, and then like 10 minutes later, everybody was like, "It's sold out." I was like, "What? That's crazy." All right, so here's Clive. I don't know if you're familiar with Clive, but he is Clive Ifrit's Dominion. I'm a big Final Fantasy fan. I don't know if you could tell, but I loved Final Fantasy 16. A lot of people didn't because it was more of a button masher. I didn't care. It was just something new. It was more Final Fantasy, and it was fun. It had a great story. It even got awards for its voiceover acting. The guy from plays that superhero Shazam. He's actually the voice actor for Clive in the game. Legendary creature, human noble warrior. When Clive enters, you may discard your hand, then draw then draw cards equal to your devotion to red. And then you could tap 4 and a red, exile Clive, then return it to the battlefield, transform under its control, owner's control, activate only as a sorcery. He becomes Ifrit, Warden of Inferno. Where on the first saga, or on the first loyalty counter, or whatever it's called, the first lore counter, Ifrit fights up to one other target, so he's a 9/9, and as soon as he comes in, you get to put him up against somebody. And then for the second and third turn, you get to add 4 red mana, and it says if Ifrit has 3 or more lore counters on it, exile it, then return to the battlefield. So then he basically comes back as Clive, and then you get to draw, discard and draw again. And it works pretty good because I have Cool But Rude in here, which does damage every time you discard. Same thing with, so actually I'll just go through it. I'll go through it if you're here and anybody's interested in watching. Let's just take out the lands. Get rid of those. It's all land. Put that off to the side. We've got Triple Triad because Triple Triad is just a fun card. Love me some Triple Triad. You gotta go. No worries, dude. Thanks. Appreciate it. Welcome to the first inaugural stream. Triple Triad because Triple Triad. Great red card. 3 and 3 red. At the beginning of your upkeep, each player exiles the top card of their library. Until end of turn, you may play that card. The card you own. Until end of turn, you may play the card you own exiled this way, and each other card exiled this way with lesser mana value than it, without paying its mana cost. So, at the beginning of my upkeep, everybody has to exile a card. And if my card has more mana value than the other two, I get to play their cards for free. Otherwise, I just get to play mine. Let's see. You may play the card you own. Okay, so yeah. Such a great card. I had a friend of mine. She puts this in her deck, and it's always, pretty beastie. So I definitely wanted to include this just because it's fun. I don't always build decks to be perfectly synergistic. I kind of try to keep synergies in there, obviously, because that's what you want to do. But I like to put cards that I like. And Triple Triad is a fun card. It's kind of like one of those Atali type cards. Exile everything. Get to, use something. We got Scepter of Eternal Glory. Add 1 mana of any color. Costs 4 to bring in. It's an artifact. Or you tap it and add 3 mana of any one color. So it's great in monocolored decks. So has to be 3 of the same name color, so mountain basically. Magmacan Artillerist. Whenever you discard 1 or more cards, this creature deals that much damage to each opponent. So with Clive, you're constantly discarding cards, and Magmacan Artillerist is pinging them. Mountain. Braylon Skyshark Rider. Same thing. She partners with Shabraz the Sky Shark. We don't need that. That's not what we're looking for. Oh, wait. I gotta figure out this camera situation. Make sure I stay in the camera. It is, whenever you discard a card, put a 1/1 counter on Braylon Shark Rider, and it deals 1 damage to each opponent. So you're constantly discarding your hand with Clive and some other cards I have, and you're constantly taking damage from those discards. And then Fanatic Magus. When Fanatic Magus enters the battlefield, it deals damage to each opponent equal to my devotion to red. So there's a lot of devotion to red. Artist Talent, because why not? Artist Talent. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, you may discard your hand, discard a card, and if you do, draw a card. Just more discard, more hurting. Let's see. And then if you level it up for 2 and a red, non-creature spells you cast cost 1 less to cast, which is pretty good. And then outmaneuver. I just did a video on this card. This is one of my favorites. It's slept on. It's from Urza's Saga? Destiny? Urza's something. X target blocked creatures deal damage to defending player instead of blocking creatures this turn. So what that means is you go into attack. They assign their blockers. You play this red and an X depending on how many you want to get through. And they will still do their damage to the player as combat damage. And they'll still take the blocking damage from the blockers, but they're basically getting through. They're being blocked and taking the damage, but they're still getting their damage through. So it's pretty legit. This is outmaneuver is such a slept-on card, in my opinion, in red. Annex. Hardened in the Forge. His power is equal to my devotion to red. You know, I'm devoted, so let's do it. A Braid. Everybody knows a braid pretty much. Does 3 damage to target creature. Destroy target artifact. Or either or. Choose one. Then you got Wild Guess. As an additional cost to cast Wild Guess, discard a card. Again, you're discarding cards and drawing cards, and that's what you're trying to do in this deck. So we got Arcane Signet. Everybody knows that. Fury of the Horde. Nice little red card. You may exile 2 red cards from your hand rather than pay Fury of the Horde's mana cost. I don't do that. I'd rather just pay it because I'm usually floating around with tons of red. Untap all creatures that attack this turn after this main phase. There's an additional combat phase followed by an additional main phase. So it's pretty legit. 2 main phases, 2 combat phases. Swing out, get them. The new guy, Noctamoon Lore Spinner. Let's see this thing. You've got at the beginning of your upkeep, if a player has one or fewer cards in hand, this creature becomes prepared. So, I mean, that's kind of tricky to get them prepared, but each player discards their hand, then draws 7 cards. So, you know, I'm constantly discarding and drawing, so I can get down to the 1. Well, we try. So that might swap out now that I think about it. That might be too situational. 1 or fewer cards in hand. You almost have to mill somebody out to get this thing going again. But if I can get multiple hits off this and discard, that'll really hurt people. Lotus Blossom. During your upkeep, you may pay a petal count. Put a petal counter on Lotus Blossom. And if you tap it and sacrifice it, you add X mana of any 1 color to your mana pool, where X is the number of petal counters on Lotus Blossom. It's 2 cost. You get it out nice and early. You let it just kind of hang out on the battlefield for most of the game. And you just let it build up. Hopefully nobody destroys it, but you know, whatever. It's you try, and then you get all that red to do something. I'm trying to remember what that red card is that it does X damage to each player. And creatures without flying, I think. Big red spells. I'm looking for big red spells to add to this. We've got Tanuk, because who doesn't like haste? And artifact cards and red cards in your hand have warp 3, so it's great to warp in some of the bigger creatures. When we get to them, Faded Firepower. It's flash. This enchantment enters with X fire counters on it. If a source you control would deal damage to an opponent or permanent an opponent controls, it deals that much damage plus an amount of damage equal to the number of counters on this enchantment. So it's pretty good. Loaded up with counters. Volcanic Geyser deals X damage to target creature or player. It's pretty good, but it's like conditional. It takes out 1 person. Anger, like you have to have anger. I mean, gives everything haste. Seething Song. Unexpected Windfall, another great discard and draw. As an additional cost to cast a spell, discard a card. Draw 2 cards and create 2 treasure tokens. So a nice little ramp. Gilded Lotus. Add 3 mana of any one color. Costs 5 to bring in, but once you get it in, after a couple turns after that, you're just like 3 mana, 3 mana. It's great. It just builds up. Love it. Ashling Fire Dancer. You don't lose unspent red mana as steps and phases end. So there you go. Need I say more? I don't need to read the rest. Electrodominance. Deals X damage to any target. You may cast a spell with mana value X or less from your hand without paying its mana cost. So it's basically a double spell on this one. This one's pretty legit. Let's see. Jessica's Will. Y'all know that. That's always a fun one. Inti, Essential of the Sun. Whenever you attack, you may discard a card. When you do, put a 1/1 counter on target attacking creature, and it gains trample until end of turn. Whenever you discard 1 or more cards, exile the top card of your library. You may play that card until your next turn. End step. Pretty good. Nyx Lotus, almost like Gilded Lotus. Enters the battlefield tap, costs 4, but you choose a color, add an amount of mana to your devotion. So whatever your devotion is to that color, you add that amount of mana. It's kind of like a what's the one, the land, the one monocolor land that's in here. Banefire. Banefire deals X damage to target creature or player. If X is 5 or more, Banefire can't be countered by spells or abilities, and the damage cannot be prevented. So yeah, we're gonna hurt some people. We got Cavalier Flame. Oh, excuse me. Need to wake up. All right, so let's see. First stream so far seems pretty chill. So it's so weird that to enable channels here. Let's see. I thought I enabled all this chat. Okay. So this is only. So trying to figure this out still. Embed in stream. I'm gonna have to look this stuff up. I need to get that widget that just combines all the chats. Let's see. All right. So anyways, on to the next card. Fiery Emancipation. Oh wait, hold on. Move this. A lot to figure out with this stuff. I'll be a pro by next week. Let's see. Move that. There's that. I have no idea how to use this thing. I wish I knew how to see information on the streams. Huh. Either way. All right, back to the cards. Clive, Fire Emancipation, because hey, who does not like their damage to be tripled? I mean, I'll be triple damaging people on the daily. Just kidding. Soul Ring, because it's an awesome Soul Ring. Love it. Hate it or not, You can not like Universes Beyond. I'm not a big Universes Beyond fan. I'm more of in universe, but I don't hate on Universes Beyond. I don't see how you can. Archetype of aggression. Creatures you control have trample. Creatures your opponents control lose trample and can't gain trample. So good. Mana Geyser. I think I want to throw a Screaming Nemesis into this deck. It just seems like a fun card to go against those life gain decks. It's so mean though. I hate. Somebody got me my Estola with it the other day. I was not too happy about that. That's okay. Faithless Looting. Oh, Spineric Knoll. Chandra, Novice, Pyromancer. I'm actually going to swap this out and put the other Chandra in here. The one that she does... I forgot. She creates an emblem that does a lot of damage. Love it. Lightning Greaves. Chandra's Ignition. Nykthos, Shrine to Nyx. Always a great card. If you're running mono, gotta have yourself a Nykthos. Actually, I probably shouldn't even be showing this deck because if I'm playing your mono color, I don't be giving up my secrets. Just kidding. Let's see. Spitting Earth. Chaos Warp. Flamekin. Village. Glinthorn. Buccaneer. This is a great one. Glinthorn Buccaneer says, whenever you discard a card, Glinthorn Buccaneer does 1 damage to each opponent. And with Clive, we're constantly getting rid of our hand and refilling our hand. And so that's going to be doing some damage. Mizzix Mastery because, yes, Mizzix Mastery. Overloaded every time. Tip of the day. City on Fire because pay 1 more mana and you get another Fiery Emancipation on the board pretty much. So we take that. Esper Valagarmanda. Only because I like this card. That's it. It doesn't really synergize. It's just fun. It is a Saga Drake. It's a creature, enchantment creature. And the first lore counter, exile an instant or sorcery card from each graveyard. So you can, get rid of somebody's something that they're trying to bring back. That's not a big deal. But second, third, and fourth one is the one I like. So it's add red mana for each lore counter on this saga. You may cast an instant or sorcery card exiled with this saga. And mana of any type can be used to spent to cast that spell. So when it has 2 lore counters on it, you get 2 red mana, 3 you get 3, 4 you get 4. And you can cast any of the exiled cards that were exiled with this card with that mana, or you can use it for something else. But pretty good card. I like it. It's fun. Nibelheim of Flame, Mountain, Monument to Endurance because we're getting rid of cards. So hey, at your end step, you get to do one of these things. Whenever you discard a card, choose one that hasn't been chosen this turn. Oh, it's not end step. That's only if you have to discard down to 7. You get to do this, again. So whenever you discard a card, you get to go to Monument of Endurance, and you get to choose one that hasn't been chosen yet. So you could either draw a card, create a treasure token, or each opponent loses 3 life. Then when you get to your end step, if you have too many cards in hand, you're going to be discarding again, doing more damage to people, and you get to do another endurance choice. And it's for each card. So if you get rid of more than 2 or 3 cards, you get to do each one because it's each instance. Perforos, God of the Forge. Need I say more? It's such a great card. Indestructible. As long as your devotion to red is less than 5, Kefka Palazzo isn't a creature. Whenever another creature you control enters, Kefka Palazzo deals 2 damage to each opponent. Alright, so I think we're good on going through this deck. Cool but Rude. That is a great card. Love it. Whenever I discard, class deals 2 damage to each opponent. That's going to do some work. Throne of Eldraine. Uphill Battle. Creatures your opponents come into play tapped. Ooh, I should put that. I'm going to put that in a video. Fear of Missing Out. Because Fear of Missing Out. Return the Favor. The red deflecting SWAT-ish. Warstorm Surge. Whenever a creature enters the battlefield under your control, it deals damage equal to its power to any target. So that's where Terror of the Peaks comes in. Comes in, Does 5 damage. Really good. Yeah. So that's about it. I think that was our test run. I think I am going to jump off now. Thank you everybody that came by or that watched. That was our flagship live episode. Hopefully I figure out how to get all this set up a little better by next time. And peace out. And as always, keep the mana flowing, legends. Later. I'll check out your